For those of you familiar with the Munchies, today is your day. Technically, tomorrow, April 20th would be your day. But we know that some of you might not have your shit together in time when the Munchies hit, so we're giving you a day warning, a day's preparation. We got a bunch of stuff. We got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 or 7 things for you, and they're all like pretty damn simple. Because we don't want you just going to the cereal box and eating out of that, because that's no way to cure the Munchies. But we're starting with maybe one of the most common leftover things around your house. Pizza. Boom. Now, of course, you could eat it cold. I mean, look, in any self-respecting Munchie emergency, this will answer the call. But we can do a little bit more to it, can't we, folks? Just a little bit more. So we're making what I like to call pizza eggs. The greatest inventions ever. What goes in eggs? Vegetables, meat, the cheese. Guess what? It's all here. We're just gonna cut it up. It's genius because it takes very little work, apart from some cutting and a little bit of cooking. So just cut your slices up. I prefer a thin crust, but hey, you go with whatever floats. I hate that expression. You go with whatever makes you happy. And the reality is, if you got big, thick, old, giant Chicago-ass pizza in your fridge and the Munchies hit, that's what you're using. When your pizza's cut up, a little butter to a nonstick pan, and throw in the pizza. At this point, we're looking to heat it up. Honestly, pizza eggs, one of the stupidest, dumbest sounding things ever, becomes one of the most delicious 2-ingredient things ever. It's 2 ingredients. It's pizza and it's eggs. The cheese, already here. The pepperoni, already here. The vegetables, the peppers, the onions, already here. It's almost worth saving a piece of pizza at the end of the night for. And when it's warm, we add a couple eggs. 1, 2. You know what happens next. Come on, everybody, say it with me. And
we mix.
We mix. Look, I mean, it's almost done. Almost done. This is best thing ever. Ever. You can go from nothing to this in less than 5 minutes, and you should. Guess what? And we're done. And look, it's just the most classic, ridiculous thing ever. Hold on. Let me make that a good bite. Look at it's like a panzanella omelet. For those of you that know what a panzanella salad is, it's a salad with leftover bread from the day before, mixed in with the whole thing. And what? This is crazy. Crispy from the crust, the pepperoni. That's the reason to get a pizza with everything on it. But wait, don't stop there. Staying in the breakfast mode, because no one ever said Munchies were only in the afternoon or the evening. It can happen any time of the day. We're gonna make like a 1.5-minute omelet in a cup in a microwave. This one starts with a mug and some butter on the inside. We don't want anything to stick, do we? Then we're gonna add 2 eggs, salt and pepper, and they get a quick beating. That sounded mean. Then we'll add some diced vegetables, some grated cheese, and we mix again. We whisk this away, and it goes into a microwave. We give it about 30 seconds, then a quick stir, another 30 seconds, another quick stir. Lewis! Lewis! And then let it go for about 45 seconds to maybe a minute. Keep your eyes on it. When it's puffy and beautiful, out she comes. Look at it. And look, steamy, Beautiful. Look, you got a case of the emergency munchies? That could be your best friend. So then you just gently. Hello, little fella. A little bit more salt and pepper. You bring this out and your friends would be like, oh, dude, what? You'd be like, yeah, I know. Look, what is it? What do you think it is, man? It's eggs. How'd you do that? I'm not fucking telling. It's my secret. Just eat it. Okay, more. Apart from one thing we're gonna do today, this is all about near instant gratification. What can I do now, Sam? What can I eat now, Sam, that will cure my hunger, my pains, my munchies? And if nobody's turned you on to the amazingness of just add water pancake mix, you have lived a sheltered life, my friends. A very sheltered life. Because, wait, what do we make? Because like the pizza eggs, you go from 0 to eating in a couple of minutes, boom, same shit right here. The same thing. Here's how this goes down, watch. You take your just add water pancake mix and you put it into a bowl. We're gonna make a little extra, just because. Now, forget what the package says about how much water you need, because you know what pancake batter looks like. So getting a little glass of water, you add water, and you mix. I've never looked at the measurements on the box because I don't care. But you can see here, oh look, it's clearly not enough, right? Which that means, so you add a little bit more. And you do more of this. I mean, how long has it been? 18 seconds, 19 seconds, 20 seconds, something like that. Okay, we're getting there. It's starting to look like, say it, pancake batter. Exactly. Tiny bit more. Okay, look at the box if you want, but honestly, you don't need to. I don't even have the box anymore. I just keep my pancake batter in one of these. And when it's ready, we can do a lot of stuff to this. I'm gonna cut up something first, and that would be some of this. Ready cooked bacon. Once again, yes, of course, you can cook your own bacon if you want to. But if you're in a hurry, if it's a legitimate medical munchie emergency, you don't have time for cooking your own bacon. Keeping some of this around is the answer. So, stack, cut. Let's get our pan on the heat. And when the pan's warm, we add some butter all the way around. Some of this bacon we just cut up. Not all of it. Spread it out. And there's one more thing that will make this a delicious, very quick pancake. That is a little handful of, that's right, Captain Crunch. Remember, I did say Munchies, right? Now the batter. So I like kind of a thick pancake, so we'll add like a nice amount. Now you put it face down, because that's gonna be the top, and then everybody knows what's going on in the pancake. As it starts to slowly set, you just wanna make sure that the sides, look, I'm making a mess. Just let it do its thing. At this point, you have a decision to make. Do you want a traditional pancake, fully cooked through the middle? Or like me, do you like a pancake wet in the middle? I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's great. So I don't like to overcook it. You pull it off before it's cooked all the way through. It's that simple. Can't tell you how many late night pancakes I've had when I too have been suffering from a legitimate medical munchie emergency. Also referred to in the industry as an MME. And when that hits, you got to take care of it. And just add water pancake mix can be your best friend in that kind of emergency. Best friend. Pretty soon. The question is, will I do it properly? Will I do it well? So you want to be gentle in releasing all the way underneath. And this is when a a good flexible spatula like this comes in real handy. You can see, okay. I can deal with that. Should have used a bigger pan. Son of a bitch. Oh God, I got trouble right here in River City. I'm gonna give it another minute or so, then I'm gonna flip it. I f***ed it up. But you can see how good it's gonna be. Go away, Max. I gotta work on this. I know what I should have done. Max, I got an idea. Rewind the tape. Let's use a bigger pan. Okay, so it's ready to flip, and anybody that tells you to use one of those flexible spatulas is an ass clown. Don't, because you need stability at this point. So underneath, and in one quick flip, there you go. See, that's what you want. You want the gorgeousness, and then you want the display of what's inside. And while people might not exactly see the pieces of the captain in here, trust me, when they take a bite, that shit's gonna be ridiculous. And if you're like me, and you want it a little wet inside, pull it off. And there you have it. It's golden, it's gorgeous, it's bacony, it's Captain Crunchy. Just needs a little painting of a little extra butter. Hey, do syrup if you want, but that's just not my thing in this case. So as I was getting ready thinking about the pancake, I realized I was going to be left with a bunch of this pancake batter, and I thought I could do something with it. And I'm going to do something with it. But I'm just going to tell you now, what is about to happen may not be for the weak of heart. This may not be something you can pull off by yourself at home. But I have this and I want to do it. I also have these toasted mini waffles that were close in size to these mini fully cooked pork sausage patties. And now I'm thinking, look, if you've got pancake batter and you've got waffles and you've got pork sausages that are close in size, you could almost make a little sandwich. But wouldn't that sandwich be better if it was dipped into pancake batter and then deep fried? So let's try it. Problem is, I'm not convinced they're gonna stay together if I just batter them. So I think if I take a skewer or two and put them through, I think now I got a chance. So let's try this. I'll get one in the oil and see how we do. I think this is gonna work. So now we take our pancake batter and we go like so. Anyone feel State Fair in their bones right now? Because you know, this is the shit that those guys are always doing. They're deep frying freaking everything. But I don't think I want too much. So let's let most of it drip off. Come over here, Max, we'll go right into the oil. 3. If we turn it, it might help it set. This is ridiculous. In the best way ever. I think in about 30 seconds, I'm gonna be able to pull these sticks out. Because look what's happening. Come on, fella. Here we go, I'm gonna try. First stick coming out, turn. I'll employ the twist method, and it's like Apollo 13 separating from the rest of the, what is it? You know?
I don't even know.
Separating. Remember in E.T. when the little boy and E.T. are on separate operating tables in the tent in their house? And their heartbeats are the same, and then they start to become distant, and E.T.'s heartbeat starts to drop, and the kid starts to normalize. The doctor goes, "They're separating!" This is this. Ready? Let's get this guy out. Come on. There you go. And now that he's out, now you can do this and turn him over. So he gets even brownness. Oh, please, ladies and gentlemen, what is going on here? This is truly Munchie madness. We could call this 420 on a stick. Everything should have been stick food, Max. Damn it, why didn't you think of that? This guy gets about another minute, then it's coming out. And I believe our little friend here is done. Your drip. Oh, and off we go. And here we are. Oh boy, that's hot. Okay, I'm gonna be smart. You won't see it, but I'm gonna wait about a minute. I mean, I'm okay with burning myself, but not to the point where I have to go to the hospital. All right, let's give it a shot. You'd never know that there was waffle in there. You would just assume it was, you know, a half an inch of batter on the other side of the sausage. But we know, in fact, I know, you know. And the sausage went in cold and came out hot. I did not need to pre-warm it. I thought about it and then forgot, and glad I didn't, because I didn't need to. But I do need a bite. And as soon as Max finishes getting pretty shots, I will have that bite. This, my friends, this is nothing but 420 goodness. I don't always eat on 420, but when I do, I always have deep fried waffles and sausages. I don't always eat on 420, but when I do, I always have deep fried waffles and sausages. And just add water pancake batter. Holy S. Like I'm afraid to say I'm not. Try not to say so much, which is why we're bleeping it. It's good. There you go, Max. Play with that. I'm just going to go down here and eat this for a bit. Oh boy, was that good. Look, up to now, everything we've done has been about instant gratification. Like one of these. Holy crap, I gotta eat something now. What have I got? And that's when you end up eating something crappy like just cereal right out of the box. And that's why we're here to help you. But there can be a moment on any day, especially April 20th, when there's a little time between your activities and you needing to eat. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying let's say you digest something orally. You eat something. And that something takes, say 45 minutes to an hour to do what it's meant to do. Well, that's when our next thing comes in. This would be an elevation. This would be saying, I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to give myself something good on this special day. And what you're going to give yourself is a $28 a pound prime filet. Prime tenderloin. Wow. But you're thinking, Sam, you know, my faculties might not all be present. What if I don't feel like doing things special? Going through a lot of work. Spending 4 hours prepping. Oh, my friend, there is none of that. We're going to prep this in 30 seconds. And then we're going to cook it. Ready? In that. A toaster oven. That's correct, ladies and gentlemen. We will make a perfect prime filet in the toaster oven in about 45 minutes, which, incidentally, is pretty much the same time whatever you ingest is going to take to work. Being so careful with my words. It's not like my mom's watching, who, by the way, ingests herself a certain type of product. Now, don't go crazy now. Okay, so here's what we do. Let's get this ready. So we take this gorgeous little filet with this amazing marbling in here. And don't forget what that means. It's fat, and we know what fat means. We give it a little shot of oil, and nothing crazy. I'm using avocado oil because it has a higher smoke point. Not that we're gonna cook this so hot that it will burn, but This is not about flavor at this point, it's about lubrication. And we give it a combination of kosher salt, fresh ground pepper, and garlic powder. That's it. That's it, that's it, that's it. Both sides, sprinkle fairly liberally. Look, it's a thick piece of steak. And it's not like you have pieces this way, you cut this way, so you only get a little bit of the seasoning. When you got enough on, mop up the extra that's on here, don't waste it. And put this on a little baking sheet, and into the toaster oven it goes. The dude, get out here, the dude's cooking an expensive f***ing steak in a toaster oven. Yeah, just wait till you see how this turns out. In we go. Okay, I'm set at 275 degrees. 275. What the 275 does is it cooks it at a low enough temperature that it doesn't overcook. There will be no gray, no dark spots. The ambient, perfectly medium-low temperature cooks it beautifully. And at the end of about 45-ish minutes, perhaps a little longer, probably not a little less because I've done it enough times I know, it'll be perfect medium rare, top to bottom, side to side. This, my friends, is known as the reverse sear method. And then if you want, you can throw it on a hot pan to give it color and stuff. But you'll see what we'll do with it. It'll be great. There will be fire involved, and everybody will like that. Because 45 minutes from now, you'll be like, holy f***. And we have one other thing to make while we're waiting, and that thing we call cheesy ramen. Cheesy ramen. Sounds crazy, no? A little bit. But noodles and cheese, it's called pasta. We have it all the time. This is just a quick version of it. So I'm starting with a, little Asian cup noodle thing. And this flavor, by the way, is pot au feu. Pot au feu, which is a French, stew. Last flavor you'd expect to be in an Asian cup noodle thing. So here's what you have to do. In this case, we open it up. We take out the flavor packets, or whatever they're called. We notice what's inside. I like this one because there's stuff, right? We now open up these little flavor packets and add them back in as such. One. You look, I don't care where you are in your celebration of 420. You got this. This you can handle. And we add water up to the line. You can see the line. Hot water. This was just boiling a second ago. Don't go over because you don't want it too watery. And we stop. It goes on, and now we wait. I just stand here with my hand on it, but I'll put this towel. You want it steaming within itself. That's cooking. Our filet, 28 bucks a pound, prime tenderloin. And I was thinking I didn't tell you when it's ready. Well, it's ready for me when it reaches 130 degrees. Could be 128, but I will know because I will use my most excellent instant read thermometer. It's the only way to tell. You could do this thing. You know this thing? Do we know this? Here. Here's what they say. They. It's never worked for me, but they. So if you make a circle with your thumb and your pointer finger, that is rare. The way that when you push down on that pad under your thumb, that squishiness, that's rare, like you're pushing on top of a steak. Change it to your middle finger, and it becomes a medium rare. Change it to your ring finger, and it becomes well done, and nobody wants that. And if you do, I think it's because you haven't had a proper steak. So, rare, medium rare, well done. That's easier and definitely more exact. And when your time has passed, you take off your little towel, you open the lid, pull off the paper, survey the inside. Of course, the appropriate thing to do is give it a mix, thereby breaking up the noodles, making them more receptive to what's about to come, which is, we holding for it, a big whack of mozzarella cheese. Sweet. And now, you just mix. See what's happening in here? Nicely things. Nicely. Nice things. Look at that. The cheese melts in and around your noodles. Oh. You're still waiting 4 minutes, but you're making something very special out of a rather simple little product. See that? Cheese melting in there. That's what you want. So give it a couple of good stirs, then have a bite. I mean, we've all had the cup noodles, but with the cheese like this, can you see that? That's the magic here, folks, right there. It's a simple elevation, that's what it is. We all love cup noodles. We've eaten them our whole lives, but it took these cup noodles from here to here. You know, the crazy thing is, there's a lot of controversy about where these originated, the idea for cheesy noodles. There's one whack story about a doctor in Canada who invented these in the 70s. Is it possible? Is it possible? No one knows. Could be an urban legend. But if it is, it's a fucking delicious one. By the way, we have a new line of t-shirts that we think you will like. Max, can you put them on the screen, please? Check them out. One in particular would have been super appropriate for tomorrow or today, if you're watching this today. If you're watching this on April 20th, I mean, it's the Bake one. And by the way, any that you buy this weekend, we'll give you 20% off just to get them out there and have fun with them. Just use the promo code that's below. Cool, cool. And we were hoping we would have them in time to wear one of them for today, but of course, somebody on the other side dropped the ball and we don't have them. But we'll give you a little preview of what they look like. So here's one. Here's two. Here's three. I don't really know what to do. And here's four. And now I feel like a jackass. What will make me feel better will be this steak. And here it is. Oh, that's hot. Of course, it was in the oven. Okay, so what you're looking at is a beautiful little steak. And it's tender. God, it is quite a bit like this fat pad right there, which is funny. Wow, you can't always tell. But the color is not exactly what I want. So we're gonna help that a bit. So we're gonna use this torch to give it a little more color, like this. A little bit more, sides. And now while it's still hot, here's what I like to do. I like to brush it with a little butter. Why? Why, Max?
Why not?
Why not? Exactly. More fresh ground pepper. And then just look at it for a second and be proud and happy. Could look at it for a couple hours, but I say you've worked hard for this. You've waited 45 minutes. So technically we should probably let it rest a few minutes, but I don't give a shit. And by the way, if you're anywhere near where I think you should be or are after your 45 minutes of waiting, you don't want to wait either. So let's have ourselves a bite. So off it comes. We cut against the grain. The grain is running this way. You can see it. See the grain here, right? This is the way. The grain runs this way. We cut against it, and that shortens up the fibers and makes it more tender. But here's our cut. I believe I promised top to bottom, side to side, and end to end perfection. And that's what I've done. Let's not forget, folks, this crazy little thing came out of a toaster oven. A fricking toaster oven. Okay, you can get all the beauty shots you want. Can I have a f***ing bite? Holy shit. Oh my God. Steak, salt and pepper, Okay, call it 2 ingredients. It's really just one. But for the sake of argument, call it salt and pepper, garlic powder, and butter. By the way, the salt, pepper, garlic powder are all in one container. So it's really the steak, the salt, pepper, garlic powder, and the butter. 3 ingredients. In a toaster oven in 45 minutes while you're edible, while you waited. It's been a good day. I hope you're having a good day. Let's revisit, shall we? Remember, we started with the pizza eggs, lovingly cooked with the leftover pizza. Then we made that crazy ass omelet in a cup in about a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes. We moved on to the Captain Crunch and bacon, just add water, pancake mix pancakes. Then we tried that manic sausage, waffle, dipped in pancake batter, deep fried combination that was ridiculous. Moved into the cheesy ramen, invented by a mad scientist in Canada, or so the saying goes. And now we've ended up with our perfectly cooked tenderloin. All with one thing in mind. You and your munchies on this special day, if it's April 20th, or tomorrow's special day because you needed a head start. That's it. Don't forget something. We're here for you. Comment, like, subscribe. Tell us what you want us to make because we got your back. Nobody else has your back. I'm your father. I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding.
Hey, weirdo.
I'm only kidding.
Like,
yeah,
who's
people
your
call me
daddy?
dad. Who's your daddy? I didn't mean any of that. I do have your back though.